Hello, I am Tytti Solantaus. I'm a child psychiatrist and also an emeritus professor. The EU Commission has started a project uh, for families which have problems. It might be poverty, it might be that the parents have mental illness or problems, and also substance abuse. And I have here Ian Mannion, who has worked with young people a lot. And so, what we have asked him to kind of tell us about his experiences and his knowledge about how to maybe make our let's talk about children intervention even more uh, better for especially for young people, youth.
My name is Ian Mannion. I'm a child and youth psychologist from Canada, and it's a pleasure for me to be here. I have had the privilege of working with youth for most of my career, actually. And what I have learned is how little I actually know and how
Mm-hmm.
much I can learn from young people when I take the time to listen.
Mm-hmm.
So, when talking about mental health issues, we know that stigma is the thing that prevents young people the most
Mm-hmm.
from talking about a mental health issue, accessing help for a mental health issue. About two-thirds of youth, at least in the work that we've done, have said that fear, embarrassment, peer pressure, stigma would keep them from ever talking about
Mm-hmm.
anything related to mental health, even if it was so serious that they were having suicidal thoughts. So, to me, that means that we have to find better ways to engage young
Mm-hmm.
people when we are trying to develop programs, when we are trying to meet their needs, their holistic needs, but particularly their needs when it comes to mental health. Historically, we used to build programs where we try to fix broken kids,
Mm-hmm.
where parents would bring their children to us and say, this child has this problem or that problem. Can you do something? Can you go do your psychology thing on them and fix them and then give them back to me?
Mm-hmm.
So we were doing things to fix broken children. We were doing things to children, for children, sometimes for parents more than for children.
Mm-hmm.
What we have learned is that if we're going to be effective, we have to do things with children, with youth. They have to be partners in this process. And it can be quite tricky
Mm-hmm.
to do that effectively, to do that meaningfully with legitimacy. And it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
When you're working with young people, whether it's in a school or in a clinic or in the
Mm-hmm.
community, and you're talking about very, very tough issues, very often you only get one chance.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't feel that it's relevant to them, if they don't feel that it's meaningful in their lives, if they don't feel respected and valued as individuals, they will disengage.
Mm-hmm. Walk
They
with
will
their
not see you again.
vote with their feet.
They will vote with their feet. They
Mm-hmm.
will say,
Mm-hmm.
thank you very much. I'll call you if I need you, and they will never call you.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something that we need to do at the very beginning about how we set the stage in working with young people so that we create an atmosphere where they do want to participate because they do see value in it. They do see that they are valued as individuals. When I see a young person for the first time, I always tell them the same few things. I tell them, first and foremost, that they don't have to be here if they don't want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them I actually work for them.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to support them.
Yeah.
Yes, I might be talking with their parents. Yes, I might be talking with their family members, but my job is to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about confidentiality and the importance of confidentiality so that they feel safe in what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And safety is so important. But I also talk about the limits of confidentiality when I'm worried about safety. But even if I have to break confidentiality, it will be with them in a plan that we develop together. I also tell them from the very beginning that my job is to put myself out of a job. I want to get fired. I want them to reach a point where they feel they have acquired new skills or new knowledge or a new appreciation of their context where they really don't need me anymore. I don't want to build a
Yeah,
dependence.
yeah.
I don't want them to feel that they were broken and now somehow they're fixed. It's not the way I look at things. I want them to feel that they are who they are, whatever that happens to be, and that's okay. And whatever challenge they're facing, perhaps there are some additional tools that might exist to support them in whatever that journey will be. Sometimes I tell them that I see lots of young people that come with empty toolboxes. And my job is to fill their toolbox or to help them fill with me their toolbox so they have lots of extra stuff that they can use to be able to cope with stuff in their family, stuff with friends, stuff in the community, stuff in their more personal relationships, their intimate relationships, stuff about their own self-esteem and their sense of self. And I think that they appreciate that. And at the end of the day, the real goal is, like I said before, is that they have the tools to deal with whatever situation might arise in all kinds of contexts, and that they can make good choices in how and when to use various tools. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you or not.
Oh, yes, it does.
And to the young people, probably most importantly to the young people, I guess what I would ask you to do is to take a risk, is to step a little bit outside your comfort zone, to take the time to engage, to try to make whatever program you're involved with, whatever situation that you're involved with, a little stronger. Trust that the person that you're talking to doesn't just necessarily view you as something that's broken and needs to be fixed, but as a very important, skilled, knowledgeable partner that can help make things better. Take the risk to express your opinion, but also perhaps to listen to the opinion of others. I really truly believe that if you as young people and we as researchers and clinicians and service providers and families and parents work together collectively, we can accomplish so much more. And where the benefits are not just to young people, they actually benefit us all. And that's really worthwhile.